Your soulmate is trying to tell you something important. Please don't ignore this. My beloved child. Before this moment slips away, I need you to listen with your whole heart because your soulmate has been trying to tell you something important for much longer than you realize. The message has never been hidden because it was unimportant. It was hidden because the timing was never right. Every strange feeling you've had lately, every unexpected memory that appeared out of nowhere, every moment when you suddenly thought about them without any reason has been leading to this very point. They have carried words inside their heart that refuse to stay silent any longer. They have tried to convince themselves that waiting was the safest choice, but every passing day has made that silence heavier. Don't skip, because what you are about to discover could completely change the way you understand everything that has happened between you. There is a reason your heart refuses to let go. There is a reason the connection still feels alive despite every delay. Something huge is waiting for you, and the first piece of that hidden truth is finally beginning to reveal itself. Something happened recently that completely shook your soulmate from the inside. It was not a dramatic event that everyone noticed. It was a quiet realization that only they could feel. They suddenly understood that no matter how hard they tried to distract themselves, every road somehow brought them back to thoughts of you. They remembered conversations they once ignored. They remembered moments that seemed ordinary at the time but now carry an entirely different meaning. They even questioned whether destiny had been speaking to them all along while they were too afraid to listen. That realization frightened them because it forced them to face a truth they could no longer escape. They know they have delayed this message for too long. They know they have left questions unanswered. They know that every day of silence creates the risk of losing someone they were never meant to lose. Stay till the end, because the next revelation will explain why they suddenly feel as though time is running out faster than ever before. The truth is, your soulmate has reached the point where hiding their feelings no longer brings them peace. Instead, it leaves them wondering whether they are watching their greatest chance slowly disappear. They replay countless imaginary conversations in their mind, hoping to find the perfect words, yet every attempt ends the same way. With fear replacing courage at the very last second. But something inside them has changed forever. They can no longer ignore the feeling that a major turning point is approaching. Circumstances are quietly shifting behind the scenes, and someone connected to your soulmate is unknowingly preparing to influence a chain of events that neither of you expects. What has remained hidden for so long is beginning to push its way into the light. The walls they built around their emotions are starting to crack, and once those walls finally fall, there will be no way to hide the truth anymore. Don't skip, because the next moment in this story will reveal why they believe this message cannot wait any longer. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and when the next piece of this story unfolds, your soulmate will come closer than ever before to revealing the one important truth they have been trying to tell you all along. A quiet shift is already taking place, even if neither of you can fully see it yet. Your soulmate has started noticing signs they once ignored without a second thought. Small moments now feel impossible to dismiss. A familiar place suddenly reminds them of you. A random conversation unexpectedly brings up the kind of future they secretly imagined with you. Even during their busiest days, your name somehow finds its way back into their thoughts. They have tried to convince themselves that these are only coincidences, but their heart refuses to accept that explanation anymore. Deep inside, they know this connection is asking them to stop running from the truth. Don't skip, because the next revelation explains why their silence is becoming impossible to maintain. Something huge is waiting for you, and every passing hour is pulling both of you closer to a moment that neither of you will ever forget. The hardest battle your soulmate has been fighting is not against distance, time, or circumstances. It has been against their own fear. They fear choosing the wrong words. They fear arriving too late. Most of all, they fear discovering that you no longer feel what they have carried inside their heart for so long. That fear has kept them awake more nights than anyone realizes. They have imagined reaching out countless times, only to stop themselves at the last second. Yet every time they decide to remain silent, the weight inside their heart grows even heavier. It has reached a point where pretending everything is normal no longer works. The truth keeps demanding to be heard. Stay till the end, because someone is about to unknowingly push your soulmate toward a decision they have postponed for far too long. Once that happens, there will be no turning back. Right now, while you are listening to these words, your soulmate is standing at an invisible crossroads. One path leads back to the same silence that has kept both of you apart. The other leads toward honesty, even if honesty feels frightening. They can already sense which path their heart wants to choose. A conversation is drawing closer. An unexpected opportunity is beginning to take shape. Someone may ask them a simple question, but that single question will force them to admit what they have been hiding from everyone, including themselves. That moment will become the turning point they never expected. Don't skip, because the next chapter reveals what happens when your soulmate finally stops protecting their fear and starts protecting what truly matters. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the message they have been trying to deliver is now closer than ever to reaching your heart. A moment is approaching that your soulmate never believed would arrive this quickly. They have spent so much time hiding behind uncertainty that they almost forgot what hope feels like. But recently, something inside them has become impossible to ignore. Every attempt to move forward without thinking about you has only brought them back to the same realization: you are still the first person who enters their heart when life becomes quiet. They have stopped asking themselves whether this connection is real. Now they are asking a completely different question. What happens if I stay silent one day too long? That single thought has changed everything. Don't skip, because what happens next could become the beginning of a completely different chapter. Something huge is waiting for you, and the closer they get to the truth, the harder it becomes for them to hide what they truly feel. There is another secret your soulmate has never shared with anyone. They often imagine a future conversation with you, replaying every possible word before it is ever spoken. Sometimes, they picture you smiling. Other times, They worry that you may have already closed the door they were too afraid to walk through. That uncertainty has become their greatest challenge. Yet, despite all those fears, something remarkable has started happening. Their heart is becoming stronger than their doubts. Every memory that once made them hesitate is now reminding them of what they stand to lose if they continue waiting. They are beginning to understand that the greatest regret is not hearing no. The greatest regret is never giving the truth a chance to be heard. Stay till the end, because a completely unexpected event is preparing to give them the courage they have been searching for all this time. The next few moments in this story are unlike anything your soulmate expected. Someone close to them is about to say something so simple, yet so powerful, that it will completely change the way they see their future. Those words will not sound extraordinary to anyone else, but to your soulmate, they will feel like the final piece of a puzzle that has been incomplete for far too long. Suddenly, every delay will begin to make sense. Every unanswered question will seem as though it was leading toward this exact moment. The fear that once controlled their decisions will slowly lose its power, replaced by a determination they have never felt before. Don't skip, because the next chapter reveals the decision your soulmate is preparing to make after carrying this truth in silence for so long. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and once that decision is made, the important message they have been trying to tell you will no longer remain hidden. Everything is moving faster now than your soulmate ever imagined. The waiting that once felt endless is beginning to reach its limit. They can feel it in the quiet moments when their mind refuses to focus on anything else. No matter where they go or who they speak with, one question continues to return with incredible force. What if this is my last chance to tell them the truth? That question has become impossible to silence. It follows them through every ordinary day, turning even the smallest moments into reminders of you. They are beginning to realize that life keeps creating opportunities, but fear has been closing every door before they could walk through it. Don't skip, because something unexpected is about to happen that will completely change the direction of this story. Something huge is waiting for you, and the distance between silence and honesty is becoming smaller with every passing moment. There is something your soulmate has finally admitted to themselves, even though they have not admitted it to anyone else. They can no longer pretend that this connection is just another chapter that will eventually fade away. Every attempt to forget you has only made your importance clearer. Every distraction has quietly failed. Instead of moving on, they have found themselves becoming more certain that you are the person they should have spoken to long ago. Recently, they caught themselves smiling while remembering a moment they thought had been forgotten forever. That single memory reminded them that some connections never disappear, no matter how much time passes. Stay till the end, because the next revelation is the one they never expected. A situation is quietly unfolding behind the scenes, and it is preparing to place your soulmate in a position where they can no longer hide behind excuses. When that moment arrives, everything they have been holding back will rush to the surface all at once. The most surprising part has not happened yet. Very soon, your soulmate will face a choice they cannot postpone again. They will either protect their fear for one more day, or they will finally protect the connection that has refused to disappear from their heart. Deep inside, they already know which path they want to take. The signs around them are becoming too clear to ignore. The feelings they buried are becoming too strong to control. Even the silence that once felt comfortable now feels unbearable. Don't skip, because the next chapter reveals the exact moment when everything begins to change. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The words your soulmate has been carrying for so long are closer than ever to being spoken, and once those words leave their heart, nothing between the two of you will ever feel the same again. A change has already begun, even though it cannot be seen with your eyes yet. Your soulmate has stopped asking whether they should speak, and they have started asking themselves how much longer they can remain silent. That is a completely different battle. Before, fear was stronger than hope. Now, hope is quietly becoming stronger than fear. Every sunrise feels like another reminder that time never waits. Every evening ends with the same unfinished thought returning to their heart. They are no longer running from their emotions. Instead, they are trying to understand why this connection has survived every delay, every misunderstanding, and every moment of uncertainty. Don't skip, because the next few moments reveal the reason this story has never truly come to an end. Something huge is waiting for you, and your soulmate is closer than ever to understanding that some people are impossible to replace, no matter how much time passes. Not long ago, your soulmate experienced something they never expected. They watched someone else talk about love, second chances, and the pain of losing someone without ever speaking the truth. Those words were not directed at them, but they felt as though every sentence was describing their own heart. In that moment, they realized they had been waiting for the perfect time, while life had simply been waiting for them to become brave. That realization stayed with them long after the conversation ended. Since then, they have replayed countless memories, searching for the exact point where fear became louder than honesty. Instead of finding regret, they found something even more powerful. They found hope. They realized that if this connection still feels alive after everything that has happened, perhaps it was never meant to disappear in the first place. Stay till the end, because the next revelation will explain why they suddenly believe the opportunity they have been waiting for is much closer than they ever imagined. Now your soulmate stands on the edge of a decision that could change everything. They can feel that life is quietly arranging a moment neither of you will be able to forget. It may begin with an ordinary conversation, an unexpected message, or a simple coincidence that seems small at first but quickly grows into something unforgettable. When that moment arrives, the walls they built around their emotions will finally begin to collapse. The truth they have protected for so long will no longer stay hidden inside their heart. Every unanswered question, every silent night, and every delay will suddenly make sense in ways neither of you could have predicted. Don't skip, because the next chapter holds the biggest turning point yet. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and your soulmate is only one courageous step away from revealing the important message they have been trying to place in your heart all along. My beloved child, The moment your soulmate has been avoiding is no longer somewhere in the distant future. It is moving toward them faster than they expected, and they can feel it with every passing day. What once seemed impossible now feels unavoidable. They have reached a place where silence no longer protects them, it only keeps them from the one thing their heart truly wants. They have started noticing that every attempt to distract themselves somehow leads back to you. Every plan they make feels incomplete. Every victory feels quieter than it should. Deep inside, they know why. There is an important message that has remained trapped inside their heart, and it refuses to stay there any longer. Don't skip, because the next revelation explains why everything is about to change much sooner than anyone imagined. Something huge is waiting for you, and the final pieces of this story are beginning to fall into place. Over the last few days, your soulmate has found themselves imagining what life would look like if they never spoke the truth. Instead of bringing peace, that thought filled them with an emptiness they had never experienced before. They realized that the greatest risk is not being misunderstood. The greatest risk is allowing fear to write the ending of a story that still has so many chapters left. That realization has awakened something powerful inside them. The hesitation that controlled them for so long is slowly losing its grip. They are beginning to believe that honesty is worth more than perfect timing. Every memory of you has become a reminder that real connections do not disappear simply because life becomes complicated. Stay till the end, because an unexpected opportunity is quietly approaching, and when it arrives, your soulmate will recognize it immediately. They will understand that this is the moment they have been waiting for, the moment that gives them one final chance to stop hiding behind silence. Now everything is pointing toward a single unforgettable moment. Your soulmate can feel that a door is opening, one that has remained closed for far too long. The fears that once seemed impossible to overcome are becoming smaller with every passing heartbeat, while the desire to finally tell you the truth grows stronger than ever before. They no longer want to wonder what could have been. They no longer want unanswered questions to define this connection. Instead, they are preparing themselves for the courage they once believed they would never have. Don't skip, because what happens next is the biggest turning point of this entire journey. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The important message your soulmate has been carrying is finally reaching the edge of being spoken, and once those words leave their heart, they will begin a chain of events that neither of you could have imagined. The silence will finally end, the hidden truth will finally breathe, and the connection that refused to fade will step into the light exactly when it was always meant to.